the idea is to splint these implants together. So if you want to splint these implants, it doesn't make sense. It makes life more difficult if you try to go in for engaging abutment. So we decided to go for non-engaging temporary titanium coping. So this is part of the Neodent prosthetic portfolio. And we used a screw retained provisional as which is going to be delivered on the same day. So that's the scan, and you can see here endodontically failing teeth in the 1-4 and 1-5 region. These are the two posts which had broken off, and the two teeth, practically the crowns could come out, patient would remove them on her own. So we extracted the teeth atraumatically, placed the two implants. I normally make it a point to connect my healing abutment immediately. So this is immediate surgery post-operative X-ray panorama, which is done, and we connect the healing abutment simultaneously at the same time to make sure the depth of my placement. That is one thing, but also to make sure that my healing abutments do not have any kind of bony interference, like you can see here. So if there is any kind of interference, I make sure that we kind of go back and trim the area, remove the excess bone, and go ahead with these, because we don't want bony interference on our abutments. We would rather check them on your healing abutments. So that's the immediate. We prepared a model with the analog screw impressions, made a chair side provisional screw retained restoration on the temporary titanium abutment, the non-engaging one. And we delivered, and this is 1 week post-operative with the provisional screw retained temporary copings and the crowns in place. These are acrylic crowns. We nowadays make acrylic crowns either using an index, or we 3D print them in our own practice. It takes about an hour, and we 3D print them and we immediately deliver it on to the patient. Now, this is the retrievable screw retained temporary restoration. So you can see here, these are screw retained, but when they remove them, this was removed, I think, 2 months down the line. We don't remove the prosthesis once it is connected. We maintain the harmony, we maintain the zone, and we don't keep fiddling with the temporary abutment, because once it is placed in play, it's there on the implants, it is better to just leave them just like that. You can have good, beautiful emergence and development of soft tissue between the implants as well. And then in the final, the stage 2 of the treatment, 2 months of immediacy with interim healing, soft tissue maintenance, and papilla preservation. Final impressions were taken at fixture level, and we went ahead with single crown. So we went ahead with engaging TI basis, and we had zirconia, full contour zirconia restorations glued onto the TI basis and delivered to the patient. So you can see here, these are the TI bases engaging, because we wanted to go in with separate crowns. The provisional crowns were splinted, but the final crowns were separate. So that's the final outcome. You can see here, there is one small thing here, which is the disappearance of the papilla. But normally, if you adjust the contact point of two restorations next to each other, be it an implant to a tooth or a tooth to an implant to an implant, if you follow the Dennis-Carnot principle, if your contact points are adjusted about 4 millimeters from the crest of the bone, there is definitely a creep of the intermediate papilla in between those two implants as well. So this is something which we need to wait for a while, and you can automatically start seeing the papilla which is coming in. Now, the last case which I want to discuss is the one abutment one time concept, which is primarily which I wanted to focus my lecture on. So if you believe in this concept, we have other speakers also talking on the same aspect. It makes more practical sense nowadays to connect your final abutment. You choose them wisely, but connect them on the same day of your surgery, and you leave them. Do not remove them or retrieve them, and you just go ahead with abutment level or transmucosal implant prosthodontics. So basically means that you're going to be taking your prosthesis, your impressions at tissue level, your prosthesis is going to be delivered at tissue level, your trials are going to be delivered, taken at tissue level. So you don't come back to the fixture level. That's where the smartness is. So you don't destroy the hemidesmosomal attachment, and you make sure that the implant longevity and the perio integration of the implant, especially in the critical biologic zone or the biologic width of the area, remains intact during the entire life of the implant. So now we had this very old patient of mine. He has been coming to me. You can see here different implants placed at different parts. People from India will a big hi to all my colleagues and friends who are online right now. And we'll see that these are the different implants which were there in India at different points of time. So everyone recognized this implant, which was done a few years back, quite popular. But the patient presented to us with this zone, basically where he broke an existing bridge and he had broken root pieces, infected teeth. And he's like, when a patient with existing implants like this comes to you, the only thing they ask for is implants. There is no need for any kind of counseling or education because they already know what they are in for. So the objective is to immediately extract, place the implants, follow the subcrestal concept, one abutment, one time concept, which is the practical choice nowadays, work at tissue level, deliver at tissue level, immediate loading with an immediate provisional, and go for screw retained provisionals because screw retained provisionals makes life easier. So 70-year-old guy, very old patient from my practice, fair medical history. We extracted these teeth 3-3, 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, and immediately went ahead with the implant placement. GMLX 3.75 by 13 placed immediately, placed them really deep inside the bone. In this case, since the anterior mandible, you need to use the countersink drills or the plus drills, which goes with the implant kit. You need to place these, and we don't want an implant lockout, so you need to place these implants in dense bone. You need to use the plus drills for over contouring your osteotomy so that you can have good submergence of your implants subcrestally. So that's the post-op X-ray with 2 implants in place, but it doesn't end here. What we need to do is to immediately temporize. So we take impressions, and we can, before we come there, we go ahead with connecting the mini conical abutment. That is one thing which I love about the Neodent system is the mini conical abutment. It's the ability of these abutments to be used in multiple teeth. It's not intended for single teeth, and it can be beautifully employed for the one abutment, one time concept. You connect these solid mini conical abutments and you torque them at 32 newtons and just leave them just like that and let the implant heal along with the abutment connected onto it. So in this case, the mini conical abutments were connected. This is 24-hour post-operative situation with the healing caps on. Mini conical is a non-engaging abutment. It follows the transmucosal element concept. It's kind of like a TME. It's a one-piece solid abutment. It converts primarily what it does is the helix is an engaging implant with an indexation. So what it primarily does is it converts the indexation of the implant internally and it converts it into an external connection and makes it non-engaging at the same time. So when you're doing multiple teeth, like you're going to do a 3-unit bridge or a 6-unit bridge or a full arch restoration, these mini conical abutments really make life easy because you're working at tissue level at a non-engaging platform with a nice cone or a nice taper, and extreme angulations can also be corrected at the same time. It's the ideal abutment of choice for immediate screw retained prosthesis. So that's the prosthetic portfolio. What we primarily use for immediate temporization is the Neo titanium coping, which is a non-engaging coping, which sits exactly on top of this. And we go ahead with the immediate temporization. So impressions taken immediately after the surgery and protection cylinders placed. Models were poured, the model poured with the mini conical abutment lab analog, and we did the entire planning on the ExoCAD to design and print a provisional restoration. We 3D print our temporaries nowadays with resin, and it becomes much easier. It's almost done on the same day. We get the prosthesis delivered on the same day, and we can go ahead and do the immediate temporization for the patient. So primarily what is done is we use these temporary titanium copings which are non-engaging. We connect them onto the implants. This is the 3D printed provisional, and we don't do a lab pickup of these copings onto the provisional prosthesis. What we do is we do a chair side pickup. So the prosthesis is given separately. You can see here the prosthesis is given separately. The copings are given separately. We connect them onto the patient like this. You can see here the copings are connected, and then we use an interim glue, or we can use any kind of anaerobic resin like Variolink or Duolink, and we can pick up these copings onto the provisional prosthesis. So that's the final restorative outcome in terms of provisionalization using the one abutment, one time concept, almost delivered within 24 hours after the placement of the implant. So I think this brings me to the end of the lecture because I'm almost on time, more than 30 minutes. I thank you all, and a big namaste from India. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anand, for the great presentation.